Evening, guys. What's going on? It's basically 11:30 in the evening. Still Veterans Day at this point, and still trying to deal with the nightmares we're dealing with. I'm trying to get myself active in a holiday movie. I haven't done one in a hell of a long while, to tell you the truth. I had a laptop working on this thing. I hadn't done one in several years. And I think for me it is needed to work off a lot of stress, trying to get my creativity going at this point. The fun part is trying to put everything else together. While I'm talking to you, I'm focusing on the other computer screen. And there's a lot of material. But for me, not enough. Not enough. There had been years in my life that I had avoided, or probably not avoided, but never took the opportunity to do the videos like I should have. Because we didn't probably think of it at the time. And that's a bit of a harshness right there, you know? I mean, what's the point having cameras and videos if you don't do what you need to do to record moments like this, you know? And looking at all this stuff, trying to figure shit. Sorry. Trying to figure things out, how to do them. It may be the most imperfect damn thing, I know that. You know, it's better than not doing a damn thing at all. I mean, I'd rather get this going and showing off something creative for the holidays, because without the creativity at this point over here, the holidays are going to become more like, yeah. I'd rather they matter more and not like that, like a holiday season. Leave me alone. And I can't deal with that. I can't deal with that. I have on channel right now cable things about the new TV season of SWAT. They're dealing with terrorism, they're dealing with COVID, yada, 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 yada. That drives me crazy, all of it. But, oh my God. Things happening in life that do matter a damn thing, but sometimes I wonder. I know this thing will be repeated. It'll be put on the on demand. I'd rather be focusing on this. But I'd like watching the television. You can't do three things at the same time. I'm sorry, it just doesn't work that way. I can talk to you and focus on what I'm doing at this point, which is trying to get a video made of holiday, at least with the pictures I've got and music. You know, I have a lot of selections of music to do that I've had for over the years. Nothing recent though. I guess I'm still old-fashioned, or too much of a damn pack rat. Drives people crazy when I'm doing that. I'm trying not to be rude at this point over here. Just focus on getting a file set up where I get the scenery, the trees, in one particular file. And then the people are left in the other file. That way, I'll be able to do some shifting around to get things going. There was a lot of times in my youth that I missed out on getting Christmas pictures done. Kind of sucks, I tell you. It does. In those days, they meant a great deal. It should have mattered a hell of a lot. It didn't. We just took it for granted. I understand things when you start taking holidays for granted and you start whittling them down. You lose the memories, because you didn't take the shots necessary to save the memories. That kind of sucks, I mean, the recent shots I have are basically within the past several years at different locations. Different versions of what Christmas is supposed to mean for other people. I was worrying about that one. Yeah. Just a reminder of certain items that I use for other things, and I have to make sure I got these things saved somehow. So I'm going to turn that damn thing off. More pictures of Christmas trees. Some of them are duplicate pictures left and right, and they take up a lot of space. They take up a lot of space. So I guess that's it. All night at this point. 2 or 3 more hours to do this. All this clicking of the mouse. You think it's easy enough to do it on a laptop when I have a sufficient enough program just to get an adequate, a barely adequate video on it. And other people got different apps they can do and do TikToks and stuff like that. I'm sorry, I'm not TikToking. There's no TikTok for me. It's only dealing with what I've got on hand, and I'll just work with what I've got. It may be the cheapest damn thing, but for me, it still works. Because if I know how to use it more and more, and I'm comfortable with the thing. I remember there was a lot of Christmases I missed. I've missed Christmases going as far back as back in North Hollywood days. Apartment complex we had on Ethel and Van Owen in North Hollywood. Ma got a big reusable Christmas tree. Already assembled. The only thing you had to do was just put the stands on. 3 wooden pegs, rounded ones. Stick them into the slot. The damn thing was huge and bulky, and it took 2 people to get the damn thing in. It was heaviest too. I mean, so we're talking about a 20-pound tree? A little kid's supposed to be able to lift this damn shit? Come on. My brother was doing all the damn heavy lifting. And the fun part is trying to find a place to put it. And decorations. See, during that time, we had stores like Woolworth and Five and Dime out there, J.J. Newberry. We had Sears going on. They had a lot of decorations that we could use. Mostly we were over at Woolworth all the time. So this thing we could afford. Get a little Five and Dimes. They had the blue icicles. Teardrops, actually. And I've gotten rid of all of them throughout time. Through mismanagement, breaking, and stuff loss. Pissed me off. Pissed me off. Great deal. I remember those things. Then we had the round silver balls, small ones, small blue ones, large blue ones. We had some reds, we had some greens. Down the road. We had tinsel. We had tinsel or garland wrapping going around the damn tree. We had somehow obtained one of those rotary wheels that did colors. Hook them up. You had yellow, red, green, blue, or white, I think. Got faded over time. And you hook it up to the tree, and actually you hook it up right near the tree. And you see the colors of the tree changing over the time. Ma and Dave were doing the decorations when we had the house out in Van Nuys, actually on Van Nuys still. I was still a young kid. I held between, what was it, 68 and 76. We were living on that street on 2 different locations. For about 5-6 years, I think, we were living in apartments. A few years each floor, just about. I think it was about 72. We moved out of the apartment and moved into the house over in Van Nuys, just about 5 apartments down, and there was this house with a lot. In the backyard, we actually had a cement floor. Garage. We had a basketball court a bit. We had a cement barbecue right underneath a tree, and it was growing all over the damn place. But it was also dead as well somewhat. Broken place. I mean, this place looked like it was about 20, 30 years old. It felt like it too. The house actually had 2 bedrooms. Huge dining room, small kitchen, large living room. Ma had a bedroom facing the street, and I had a bedroom facing the backyard. Dave and I were supposed to be sharing until I think I pushed them out. Took care of the garage. And it was getting bitten all the time over there. And watch out for the damn bugs. That was last year. He was happy enough to have his own bedroom when we moved over to Arlington. But when we lived in North Hollywood, we didn't have the storage space in the apartments. So we didn't have that much for our decorations. That's only when we got into the house in Van Nuys that we actually had more room for decorations and more room to get the tree done. The damn thing was big. God, extended all the way to the damn roof of the house. Just about, we barely put something on top of it. Usually an angel. Grandma had an old angel. Grandma had me, I had an old angel that they shared. This thing dated back in the 1800s, it looked like. Or in the early 1900s, very early. I lost those too. A lot of stuff I've lost, which hurts. Memories. Could have been photographed or anything, but didn't even bother. We should have. We didn't have cameras during that time. We didn't have big Polaroids if we wanted to. We should have been. Well, nice we actually had cameras during that time. Take pictures. You had to work with what you had. But I guess over to the house in Benno, and we actually had storage space in the garage for the Christmas decorations, but we also had storage and an underground bunker of sorts right underneath the washroom. So outside of the backyard of the house, the huge yard goes off to the side, and we had stairs going down. Dave had a drum set he beat on like crazy. So did I until I killed the damn thing. We had to duct tape the damn thing too much. Changed the dynamics and the sound of the damn drums. I was a destructive little brat. Oh, I could do videos on that one later. But we had gotten Christmas balls, still more teardrops, more blues, more silvers. It was not until about a decade or several years later after that, we got different colored, and we got more specialties down the road. I mean, years later, it had taken us years to make up a huge collection where we had huge boxes of decorations of different sorts, mostly specialty items. And then some of them were actually the older bulbs that we actually had. What we did with the teardrops was put them under the bottom. But we also had to watch out because our dogs like to go under the tree left and right. We'd have dogs. They'd knock against the damn teardrops, knock the hooks out, and then we had to put them back up again. God, those things are falling apart. I had to watch my own self. I had to watch me, I broke things. Casualty among things, God. Well, we lived in a house in Van Owen. We had to decorate the whole entire tree, and I wasn't quite sure how to decorate the trees during that time. Ron never did teach me that one. I wasn't ready for it. I wasn't aware of it, and I just guess I wasn't part of that situation. It was not until we got into the house in Arleta that I really had to step up on things. They gave me he gave me a hell of a lot of suggestions and advice, and then I had to listen to critique from my all the damn time. She was a constant perfectionist when it came down to her trees. A hole's not here, there's a hole here, there's a hole here, there's a hole here. When you look at an entire Christmas tree, okay? An artificial tree has the wires with wires as branches. Modern day, I mean, they tear these damn things apart. They're so freaking modular. It's a small box. You just tear these damn things apart and store them anywhere. But back then, they didn't have it. You know, back then you had to build, you had already a self-contained big monster here. All you had to do was hook up the lights to the thing, the garlands, color it up with your favorite decorations. That damn thing was ready to rock and roll. The problem is when you're not ready for the damn thing. And I was learning it the hard way. They was stuck doing the damn thing until we got an hour late, and then I had to take over a little bit of things. Wasn't quite sure how to decorate a tree, but I had to. I learned it the hard way, and Ma was constant on it. Grandma would say, "I'll lay off the child, lay off of Marianne." No, because there's the holes over here, Mom. John, come over here. Look at the tree. A big white monster. We got the garden already put the damn on there. We had lights on there. And bubble lights, actually. But she was trying to show me what I needed to see artistically here. Because I'm looking at a patch of bulbs over here, a patch of something over here, a patch over here. And in between the spaces is what she was trying to tell me, that it didn't look complete. We had bought an army full of candy canes. I don't know the thing about candy canes, those damn things last forever. Taste sucks, but they last forever. If you keep them in good condition and don't break the sons of bitches, you'll be fine. Smaller ones don't work. You have to have bigger ones to hang. Right after Christmas is the way, or during Christmas, I actually raid a couple of them and looking like crazy. But I remember those damn things. The candy canes were used as fillers in certain spots. And she wanted a complete decorated tree, not half-side. Because usually when you decorate a tree, you like to present most of the side to the public. And then the rest of the side you just don't get to. No, not this one. Turn the damn tree around, or you have to go around the back here if you had room for it. Put things on there. We did it. We did it. Oh God, what was crazy. David leaves, and Ma and I are stuck doing the damn tree. Well, her back's going out, so Johnny Boy starts decorating the damn tree. Back to 79, we moved out to Granada Hills. A lot of my videos cover different timelines, what I've gone through. A little bit of a recap. We had lost our aunt, got evicted, and had to move into a house closer to the junior high I was being bused to. A lot closer to a high school. Right in the area, because it was a drug-infested area. It was right spot on Devonshire Division, LAPD's map. Crime zone. The whole damn area. Right next to Kennedy. They didn't realize it. We got kicked out of the house. But in this particular place, we actually did have room for almost basically individual bedrooms. 4 bedrooms. Grandma at the time stroked out, so she had to have her own place. And for a while it was just Mom and me. David came home at the first Christmas we spent over there. And Ma was still on my ass. I did a joke on her. I did a terrible joke on her. We only had so much decorations to work with. She wanted sporadic of blue and silver during that time. But we didn't really get the damn colored till maybe during those times or a little bit afterwards. We had very few specialties. I mean, hell, when you go doing special orders through mail orders, give them donations, they give you back stuff that you can hang up or read. A few ministries did that during that time to support their own things. But it was nice. I miss those things. I really do. Birds, crosses, bells, crystal bells. I miss those things. I look at the trees I've got right now, and I wish I had those damn things all over again, but I don't. Sucks. So I got what I got when I saw. Learn to live with that loss. I mean, learn to live with loss. Anyway, back to the tree. Silver and blue. Silver and blue. Silver, blue, silver, blue, silver, blue, silver. All around the tree. There's just bands of it. Ma, look at the damn thing. Oh my God. Woo! David, I'm gonna laugh. Alright, so she's freaking out like crazy. What the hell did your boys do? Oh my God, we got her go so damn badly, man. She couldn't speak to us for about a week. Get that damn trade fixed right now. I made it. Yeah, Ma, we're getting it done. I don't see you. We're getting it done, Ma. It took us all day, but we fixed the damn tree. So I had the lights up. Still had the garland up. And we fixed everything. And the candy cane's up there. So, oh my, the Christmas day comes and she's freaking out left and right. Don't you dare do that again. Don't you dare do that again. No guarantees. What? No promises, Ma. What? Oh, she's freaking left and right on that one. We decided because we needed to get more color on that one, we had to go to Wellworth when they were still open. They didn't shut down about the I think in the 90s. Sucked. Closing out a hell of a lot of good stores. Five and dimes were disappearing left and right because other stores were taking over their damn places. And the history of Woolworth was fading fast, and so was J.J. Newberry. Places like Target were popping up left and right. So we got the multicolored balls. We got gold. We had green, we had red. We found a few specialty bulbs here and there that we could have used. So we started using those. And we still had the old angels being put on there. And it was cool. But we hardly ever took pictures of those things. We didn't take pictures of them because we didn't have any cameras available. I was living in Granada Hills at the time. When we moved over to a different street called Colette in Blackhawk, it was a cul-de-sac, actually an L shape. That was bordering Devonshire. No, bordering, it was Devonshire. And Woodley. That we started to get more and more photographs of it. We had friends, started to get more family members, of adopted family members in our shots. Yeah, that's part of the movies I'm going to be doing at this point, is incorporating that into some of the shots and some of the trees, if I can get them good. We've gotten more and more specialty bulbs to put on there. We kept that tree all the way until 2003, 2002, 2001, somewhere in that area. Maybe a little bit earlier. They started to invest when we actually had a little bit more of regular trees, you know. We still had to decorate the damn things. Got too expensive for us. So we switched to artificial trees. Easier to deal with. People like the smell of pine, but I don't like the damn insects coming out of that damn thing. Not to mention there's sap all over the place, and you had to put covering all over the place just to make sure the sap wasn't going all over the place, all over your furniture or on the ground. One of the drawbacks. Not to mention you had to keep the damn thing watered, and don't overwater the damn thing. And if you had allergies, there goes your allergies right there. I know. You try selling Christmas trees and suffer through the allergy season on that one. Let's see how you feel about it. Some of the shots I do have are of the 80s I had in different houses. We didn't get, so we got shots on the Colette, but we didn't get shots on the Whitaker. We didn't. We didn't have any cameras during that time. And I'm not quite sure if we actually had any cameras for Woodley either, that I lived on. Years later. We're still trying to get a few more decorations for the tree. But we figured we had enough, so we just kept using what we had. And watched out for the breakage as well. Every once in a while we'd break one or two. And they got aged. They got aged. And they broke. Very delicate those glass ornaments are. Very. Plastic ones were a hell of a lot better, but they were cheap looking pieces of shit they had back then. My mother, if she was still alive and she had seen all the electronic sound effects, maybe she would have been impressed or freaked out about it. I know throughout 30 or 40 years they actually had Hallmark store. Massive collections of, I think about 40 years worth of Star Trek ornaments, different versions, different ships, action figures, sceneries, starships. They get more and more expensive and more crazier. There was even Hogwarts doing it. I mean, there was a Hogwarts castle with sound effects and lights on the damn thing. I'm like, how the hell do you put this damn shit in a fucking tree? How do you put that on a tree? I mean, they're nice to look at, but I'm sorry. I'm just, maybe I got too damn old-fashioned and grew up too damn old, I guess. I mean, some of the newfangled stuff, yeah, I'd like to get, if I actually had room and money for it and damn stuff. I mean, it would be nice to decorate the entire apartment for it. But, I gotta do what I gotta deal with, you know. I'm not in for the color wheel again. No, I'm not doing that. We got rid of that damn thing decades ago. The thing was breaking down on us too damn badly. As I said before, we're living in a house in Clare. Between 93, all the way through 2005. And in the past 4 or 5 years living over there, the last 4 or 5 years, the tree that we had used over there, we brought it over with us until I lost stuff a few years back. You put the damn thing together. You put it together. You just pull. You're putting things together on the damn thing. Tree would stand about this tall. No, taller than that. About as tall as I am. About as tall as I am. Stand still had about tripod. Had a tripod. And the branches were color-coded because of length. And they had lettering coding, which threw you off. I always had to keep comparing the color coding and the size of the branches so I could keep up with them, so they were able to look like this instead of like this. Ever since I lived on Whitaker back in the early to mid 80s through current, I have always been in charge of doing the Christmas tree. One time, I remember, I think it was after 9/11 they had, that we decided to do something patriotic. Freaked Mom out a little bit, because we got a lot of silver that was supposed to be for the white, and we had red and we had blue. Decorated a tree in red, white, and blue stripes. Wish we had a camera for that one too. That would have been something. A patriotic tree. People were doing stuff for 9/11. Remember us during those days. My mother would always be on my ass saying, "Fill the holes, fill the holes." Yeah. There was one Christmas. We're living in Clare. And I don't know which year it was. Mid to late 90s. Dave and I probably got too damn lazy or too damn busy or something happened that we kept the tree bare until the night before Christmas Eve. And Ma was livid. We spoiled her Christmas. Ma always wanted to see the Christmas tree right after Thanksgiving. She always wanted to see the tree being put up and then having a whole entire month to enjoy it. She always was on her ass. And even after that point, she was royally on her ass. And we had to do the tree right after Thanksgiving. There was no other way. We had to get it started. We kept that tradition up. We never did the Christmas tree on Christmas Eve. I know some other people may have done that, or other people still do that. But not in our family, not in our household. We did the tree when Thanksgiving was over. Well, this time, she'd be pissed off because I'd kept two small trees. One small tree is an assembly, but they're all decorated throughout the entire year. If she'd seen it today, she'd be, "You're not putting them away?" "No, I like them." "Well, you can put them in your room." "Yeah, I can put them in my room, and I haven't got a room. I can put one of them in my room, and the other one I would have to take down, but, you know, I want to keep them up." "But they look so dusty." "Yeah, well, I needed something positive. I needed something I could deal with. I needed something that I'd look at or be reminded of things. It may be irritating as hell, but I'd be reminded of things. I really didn't want my mother to get on my ass, for one thing. If she saw it, she definitely would have been on my ass. And I say, "Well, Mom, I've been up all year, including during the summertime. And I've still got a few more months left until Christmas. What the hell?" That's just pure lazy. "I taught you kids better than that." "You did, Ma. You did." But I found out having a Christmas tree next to me all the damn time, somewhat of a psychological boost one way or another. Settled and constant. Settled and constant. So I was sleeping in my bedrooms all the damn time. I had a Christmas tree, even barely decorated, but it was something. And I was working over at Blue Cross for several years in the call center. I had that small green tree I still have out there. And it'd be there for 3 or 4 months. Take the damn thing down. I needed something positive. I needed something positive nature in there. So that's why I kept it up. That's why I still have it over there. Usually after Thanksgiving, my brother and I will probably start decorating the place anyway. We did that for a few times. While I was still alive, we did that. Right after Thanksgiving, get the tree assembled, pull out the decorations. We'd had them in the garage for several months during that time. It was a pain in the ass to get them. We lived in the house, actually an apartment in Allen 10th and Lancaster for 5 years. Last 5 years of Mom's life. We didn't do a constant tree all year, but we did bring the damn thing out before Thanksgiving and had it stored and just ready to rock and roll. And we ran out the decorations, began to work on it. We had a garage to keep all of our stuff in, including the Christmas decorations. We had to have them close by so we can get access to them all the time. Yeah, it's Dave and I moved into this apartment over here. We didn't have the tree available. The tree was still in the storage room. It was still in storage somewhere. We didn't have the decorations. We lost track where the hell the damn decorations were. Before we left the trailer home, before we got this apartment over here, I made sure that several decorations were being saved, just in case. And I was right. So those decorations are the same ones I've kept up on there, because I didn't want to lose them. I didn't want to lose track of them. I didn't want to lose some of the things I grew up with. I missed a crystal dove. I missed a crystal angel bell. They were neat stuff. Got it from Robert Schiller's ministry. Lost those. Back in 2002, Dave and I took a cruise trip, probably 2003, 2002 actually. And on the Royal Caribbean, we got a few Christmas decorations. What the hell? We got them in August. Still have them right now. I had to go over this stuff. I had to talk about this because Christmas means a lot to me and my family. And if I had video back then, if I had cameras back then, I would have gotten a lot of the magic down. All of it's in here and in here. And what's left, what I've got is from pieces. That's all we're left with. It's pieces. But it's those pieces that we have to keep cherishing left and right in our lifetime. And the memories that they represent. I know I've talked a hell of a lot, but I had to share this. I had to say something about this. I had to tell me something that all of this means a damn. And if it doesn't, it should. It should. With that, I guess it's about time for me to hit sack. So I'll post this in the morning.